Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Rita Egidio, this Stream Warriors podcast, and I am back with Viktoria. How do you do? How are you doing, Viktoria? Welcome here. Tell us who you are, what you do, and where you're based.
So, how am I doing? I had a very interesting, busy day with lots of turns and everything. And I just got all the aliveness in me. Just like in the evenings, that's my favorite time of the day. I feel
You are a
creative
night
and
owl?
alive. Sorry?
You are a night owl?
Uh, Not really. I'm like a late evening owl.
Okay. What time is for you now? What time is
It
you?
is 8:35 in the evening. I'm in
Okay.
Dublin, Ireland, but I'm Hungarian originally. So
Okay. So for me, it's 2:35 on the afternoon, and I am in Mexico, and I'm going to be back in Europe soon. So I will be suffering all that issues. Welcome here. Tell us what you do.
yeah, so I'm a self-intimacy coach. And originally, I started as an orgasm coach for women. And
Orgasm coach, you get my attention.
so yeah, so the main reason I became a kind of like a sex coach, actually, and officially, I'm an erotic blueprint coach.
Adultic blueprint coach.
Like
Oh,
how your
girl,
erotic wiring
I
works
have
and how
one
to
full.
how to find out what really you are authentically into. So that's a lot about. And I was struggling with orgasms. I actually couldn't come without my hands, and I only had clitoral orgasms, and that also was very
Is that a
unreliable.
problem? Because you are describing my life.
For me, it was a problem. So for me, it felt like a problem, and to most of my clients also feels like a problem. They feel
I
like
don't even know. Do we have more orgasms than that ones?
I became super orgasmic. So like I have from that
Good.
place, I have like 30, 40 orgasms a night, and it's just so easy. And I have a big variety of orgasms.
Okay. Rewind. I don't know how interesting is your day, but my day became much more interesting now. So, I have the same kind of orgasms that you used to have, so a clitoral orgasm, and my hand is very important in my life.
Yes.
So that being said, I even did not stop and think, oh my God, I'm so sad because I just have clitoral orgasms. Can you please guide me and tell me more?
So the reason it felt very frustrating for me because it took a long time to get that orgasm, and what I had is what we call elusive orgasms. So you just like get closer and closer to orgasms, and you just almost get it, and you just like try to like grab that orgasm, and you
Oh,
just
that is
fall
terrible.
back.
When we are almost there and then
Yeah,
we're
and fall back,
tired.
and you just like start to like I have to climb back like from zero to the top again, and then going back again. So for me, it felt like I'm missing something. I personally felt very broken, even though my partner was like really like understanding, but at the same time, he was really not open to do anything about it. I mean, we had actually a quite juicy sex life. I loved sex. My only
Yeah,
thing was
because we can enjoy sex without having all
absolutely,
that.
absolutely, and I totally get that. But at the same time, I felt like there is something like orgasms that it seems to have like to come so naturally for quite a lot of people, and I felt left out. And after actually my left my ex, I even had relationships that ended because it wasn't like as rewarding to be with me as it's supposed to be. So like I struggled, I felt so many women I talked to, and you are like awesome that you love that, and it is an amazing way when you connect and you can love your sexuality. Most women I talk to who have the same like setup that I had, they don't feel like that. They feel like there's a part of themselves deep down that is broken, and it is really like even hard for them to start to work on that because of like they have to face this part, this like deep brokenness, and especially when it is about your body, it has its ultimate truth. It's not kind of like the territory of the mind. So you are afraid of what you are going to find when you go more deep into that part. That you feel
you
like it's
mean can
broken.
be some blockage? Okay. Calm down. Let's put this on parts. Part one. What kind of orgasms I'm missing out?
For example, I love energetic orgasms when you are not even
How do
touched.
you do that?
But I did at that time. I didn't have that either. I didn't even knew that energetic orgasms like they actually exist. And if I just stay there and I am like, I'm fine. I mean, with that one orgasm that I maybe get eventually, then I wouldn't have like that many orgasms that I have today, because I was like, I know that there is more, and I started to go for that more. So this is all my search. They started from that space. Like, I know that there is more. How can I get that more?
Wow.
And I got that more.
Okay, so okay. You are totally getting my attention. So, did you know it was possible to have the types of orgasm?
I mean, I talked to people who were like multi-orgasmic and like had like 6 orgasms, for example, or vaginal orgasms that I didn't have. So I knew that, for example, that's a possibility. I knew that some people can come like anally, so I knew that was a possibility as well. I didn't know about energetic orgasms or sexual energy at the time at all, so I didn't know that I can just come like by playing with my hand like this, or just not even touching myself.
Can you give yourself an energetic orgasm?
Yes, I can.
So it's energetic orgasm masturbation.
Yes.
Nice. This leaves me with so many options. No, okay. So, what kind of people goes to you? People as me, for sure, who always their life they think that having clitoral orgasms and using their hand was good enough. What? Okay, I go to you. What you say to me? What offers do you have for me?
So the funny thing is that I have not just women as clients. So sometimes I work with couples where they feel like that they don't have the same sex drive that they had beforehand, or they find their way to. Or I actually work with men who had erectile dysfunction, or so it is not my only thing. And I became a self-intimacy coach mostly because I worked with quite a lot of single people who felt like how to have a sex life when I'm alone, and I don't have the juice when I'm alone. So in a way, I started to organize these play and practice sessions. So that's one thing that I do like every Sunday.
What is a play and practice? Tell me, what are we talking about?
That's it's funny because it looks like a webinar. So it is just like me on the screen.
It's like an orgy means a webinar.
It's not even naked. So it is always different topics like self-spanking, energetic no hands orgasms.
Oh my God, I felt then I had a great sex life until I met you.
There is always more. I know that there's always
more. Because self-spanking, I never did think about that. That it brings me a lot of ideas.
And it was so funny because I had 2 cameras. So I was one host and the other host was my ass. So that people can see what I was doing.
Oh my God, that sounds epic. Okay.
Yeah. So so it is always different. Some sessions I have the Unleashed series, like for example, these ones. I have the Cultivation series when we, for example, work with the energetic and practice some skill. Mm-hmm. And then I also have, let's see what other series I have. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So whatever comes in my mind. So for example, this weekend, it's going to be more like an emotional processing thing, integration of shame and innocence. So that's going to be the topic for those who feel like there's so much shame around sexuality, and they can come and join. Nobody sees you. Even the chat is private, so people can really like ask whatever they feel like, and it is a very low investment thing. I wanted to do something that's very available for a lot of people who doesn't have the inspiration and they just want to try different things.
So you do, like, I host a circle of tapping in EFT for my people, for my women. What I'm going to invite you. So it's something like that. It's like a circle where you meet every week.
No, it is really like me showing up.
Is a master class for each
No,
session?
it's just so free. Like I am there on the screen. You can go to whichever play session you want. Mm-hmm. It's almost like I don't know, like really like a play, like you go to the theater, and it's they have like this play one weekend and the other play the other weekend, and you can go to both or just one. So that's like really something, just like having the taste or having an experience that you maybe wouldn't have when you are alone. And then when people work with me one-on-one, so that's a longer journey. I have the Erotic Blueprint Framework, which is a course, so that they can have like so much. So how would I say? There are videos that they can learn a lot about sexuality. They have home play or homework, however you call it. So there's quite a lot that they do at home. So whenever we have a session, it's really about integrating what's going on, what came up, etc. It has this framework to go through the exploration part and doing the body mapping, like really like doing an arousal map on the whole body to really experience what exactly my body says that my body wants and likes. Because what we think we like and what actually our body likes or whole system likes, it's not the same thing.
Interesting.
And
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This week I asked this question because sex is coming up on many topics and many podcasts. Why do you feel that men are struggling? So we used to say that women are always struggling and having headaches and men are always available. But I found more, I'm 41 now. I found that men after 40 something, they start being with a headache. They start being less. So it's very easy to find different libidos. It was really interesting on my new relation. My boyfriend don't believe on orgasm. He believes then he's throwing away energy, but he enjoys sex. Thank God. The question here is, he don't feel the need to have sex as often, and me who feels to have with sex, having sex means I love you for me. So if you had this scenario, what advice did you give to me and him?
I would ask lots of questions from him as well and from you. But so the reason I like the erotic blueprints is because it's a holistic way. And the energetic blueprint and the blueprints, they need lots of spaciousness. The best part of a kiss when the lips almost meet each other, and you can feel this like energy. Extending myself to meet the other person. They love teasing and longing, etc. So, and probably he has quite a lot of that energetic blueprint. The more space they have, the best they can feel themselves.
He's not listening to you, so I'm going to ask him all that questions. No, but it's interesting because teasing, it's a very interesting. I think I found some days ago I started saying, no, we are just having sex when we are going to arrive to a certain goal than we have, and that became interesting for him. So I say, oh, so saying no, it's more interesting than being available. So it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Being spontaneous, they need spontaneity, lots of freedom. They can feel you.
And some people need to be them taking the
The
decision
lead.
of approaching you. Not, they don't want to be approached. They want to hunt. They don't want to be hunted, right?
So yeah, for an energetic, it works a lot when you step back a little bit, or even tease them because you create distance. So all of a sudden they feel that they have to come in. Hence they can. So what we do, and why we have quite a lot of work as sex coaches, is that we tend to choose people who are the other polarity.
Really?
For example, highly on the sexual blueprint. Sexuals are like very ready to have sex. They love being naked, penetration. It's just like sex is just like plain and simple and juice and everything. Yes. And from 0 to 100. So like the other polarity. And at the beginning of a relationship, we usually both are a little bit more in our sexual. So we have quite a lot of sex and there is quite a lot of chemistry. And with time, everybody just more like becomes like the natural blueprint, which actually can also change with time. And there are quite a lot of options what you can do. But what you do when you are sexual, you have the drive and you want something from them, and they just feel this urge is coming from you, and all of a sudden they just can't feel their own desires. It's almost like it shuts them down.
Okay.
So when you say like something like, oh my God, you look so sexy, and then you just go away and do something else, then like, you don't even look at them, and you really have to inside of yourself be in a place when you are fine with like holding your own desire and not projecting it to them. They all of a sudden are just like, what was that? And they just start to come closer to you. Sometimes even just like changing your posture, like how you are standing, it gives them place. And then learning how to touch them like very light, and the kind of energetic things that I was talking about, and playing with this, and like the less you do, the more they are just enjoying it. It's very surprising, but that works. Like so many energetics, like, so I'm here and this is my camera. It's like, I don't know, like that distant for me, but probably like I can, if my hand is here, sometimes I can feel that more intensely.
Oh,
than
yes.
my
He can,
hand is
for
here.
example, he hates when I touch him on the chest because it's very intense. He always complains that when I try to hug him, he's not very physical. I'm very physical. We are totally not matched on that. Like I'm
Told you polarity. It's like we choose the other polarity so that we have
to
to
kiss
breathe.
and hug and all of that, and he's totally like, not now. And that makes, from the beginning, it was really like, and my ex-partner was exactly the same. Not exactly the same, he was more physical, but he had no sex. So my thing is, it felt so hardcore on me, on my ego in the beginning. It was really like, you don't want to come, you don't want to have sex with me, you don't, all of that. And I felt like you don't love me. And it's painful.
Yes.
It was a really painful place to be.
Yes.
And I ask myself how many relations ends because of this, because of not understanding our blueprint, our sex blueprint, how do you call it?
And his blueprint, we can see wiring as well. Like
ours and there, and it feels, I wonder how sad it is, because I know many other things, but one of the reasons why I'm divorcing from a previous relation is totally different sex drives and blueprints and tastes, and it hurt me, it damaged me for 7 years, because for 7 years I felt I was not desired. For me, desire means love, and it was not there. And now I found another relation. On the beginning I was like, yes, and then it feels a little bit like, the sign. but I decide to flip the game, and it's really interesting. Since I start flipping the game, it starts to be more interested. And I was like, you just want what you don't have, or you cannot have.
Yes, energetic, absolutely. This is that I told you, like create distance, challenges for them. And also like you having a juicy self-pleasure practice when you just like happy without them, when you can really do that without
He's
resentment.
okay with that. I know men who are
Yeah,
very
I know they, I
self-
mean, but that's important for you, and to set up like almost like restart a little bit this thing, because the less expectations you have, the more freedom they have, the more they can come close to you.
I was putting too much pressure on, you don't want me, you don't want to have sex with me, you don't love me. And now I decide to not feel like that anymore.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I don't really believe in that. I just believe we see things different. And on the end, it's better to have one amazing sex during a month than 10 times or 15 times or 20 times, more or less quality, right?
Yeah.
And we are also focusing quantity, but and the quality and the teasing and all the days that you play around.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. And this is why when you learn about the blueprints, for example, like then you realize that what you thought was personal, it was about you. Like, for example, not initiating sex or not wanting to have sex with you. It was not about you. It was their erotic wiring. So you have actually done nothing wrong. And it just gives this liberation that, oh, it wasn't me. All I have to do is like finding out what my needs are, what I need, what their needs are, what they need, and how can we build a bridge that can help us to have experiences that can feed the both of us sexually.
Oh, I'm in love for your work. I'm in love for your work. So one-to-ones and group and master classes or group sessions, or how you call it, how can people find you online?
I have a very simple website, selfintimacy.org, and then there are always like the last two programs. I mean, the next two programs that people can join, and then they can just have the discovery session with me and see if I can offer them and what they have. How does that meet, and if there is a synergy, so that I can help them to really grow and expand sexually and find their needs met and their goals like fulfilled.
Do you have like a website where we can find our blueprints?
I don't, but there is like a website where actually there is a quiz that you can do. Okay. And because there are quite a lot of erotic blueprint coaches all over the world, like we have 200 something. And so it's not just me. Different people are a little bit specialized on different things. And there was a quiz that you could check out. I think it's still there. And then you can read quite a lot about the erotic blueprints. I also have quite a lot of videos, not just about the blueprints, but as a self-intimacy coach, about anything about how to find your inner aliveness or create safety in yourself so that you can hold lots of pleasure.
It's true that we can be more abundant if we have more pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay. Because my boyfriend disagreed with me. I believe more orgasms I have, more I can bring as abundance. He say, then it's not true.
Yeah, Tantra teaches you that's not true.
Yeah, because he believes then having an orgasm, at least for the man, is using energy that is not needed.
But that's not the orgasm, it's really the ejaculation. So they can have orgasms. Okay. Ejaculation is just like spoiling the energy and just like spreading all around the world.
So they can have orgasms without having ejaculation.
Yes.
So basic the world is lying to us since ever.
Yes, this is why I like, I in my work, I don't come from male sexuality and female sexuality, not from these categories. There's quite a lot of potential, sexual, erotic, orgasmic potential that everybody have. And men can have multiple orgasms as well. Men can have nipple orgasms as well. Men can have throat orgasms as well. They can have anal orgasms and prostate orgasms. And so it does, and we all just, what we think is just they have one ejaculatory orgasm and that was all. And it's not true.
Oh
they also can have energetic
it's
orgasms.
Like cow milk. They have been lying to us all our lives.
Yes.
Oh,
it's very, and when I supposed to do this or feel this way in order to have a sex life. And it is just like, it's not like this. And it's very simple in the sense that when you start to focus on who am I, what is here, what is arising, and see inspirational people and content, and thank God there are so many nowadays, then you just start to expand into a very natural flow of aliveness and energy that we can call sexuality. But for example, for an energetic or a sensual, that can look very different than for a sexual or a kinky. Or I am, for example, a shapeshifter in the blueprints. So I like everything. I need everything. And I love overwhelm. And the more hands you have, the better.
So it sounds so interesting. Viktoria, I crossed my time with you. Tell me, sorry. Don't worry, tell me, what is your future?
I keep doing what I'm doing. So so I will continue doing the play party.
You try to put a serious voice now. Okay.
So yeah. So for me, I mean, sexually, I don't know. At the moment, I am in a phase when I am alone, single and non-partnered, and I am very determined to have the most of my sex life. Working on my book, Fuck the Universe. So it's just...
Oh my God, I love it. Okay, tell me, why should people watch this podcast between me and you?
Because we were lied to. Like, we were lied to about sexuality and what is possible for us. And we leave just a small percentage of our potential, and so much of what we have as sexuality is not authentic. It's coming from suppression, coming from media, coming from all the belief systems, but not from our natural, unique expression. And when that, you can open that, and then it's amazing. And the connection between people, it just creates such a beautiful chemistry.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I have a present for you, so don't go away, because I'm going to say bye to these people. Guys, we are talking about my favorite subject, sex and orgasm. And okay, chocolate cake could be as well. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here with us. It was a pleasure. Live your dreams, make it happen. My name is Rita Egidio. I was here with Viktoria, and she just destroyed my beliefs and opened my world. Thank you so much. I see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.